Hello, welcome back to SM Tech World. Today we are going to solve the day 5 of September Lead Code Challenge. So today's problem name is all elements in two binary search trees. Okay, so let's try to understand the problem, then we will try to solve the same. Okay, so what they are saying that we will be given two binary tree. Okay, so what is binary tree as first? So binary tree means if you traverse from the root to left, then you will find all the smaller value, right? So you can see one is smaller than two, and if you traverse to the root to right, then you will find all the larger value, right? So here 4 is larger. Okay, so similarly we will be given two binary tree. This is one and this is the second. Okay, so now we need to, they are saying that return the list containing all the integers from both trees in sorted in ascending order. Okay, so what that means, they are saying that traverse both the tree and whatever the result, combined result, sort that and return it. Okay, so this is the actual goal or ultimate goal, we have actual problem that we want to solve. Okay, here, so one basic approach, what we can do, we can take one list, right, of size, whatever the two size, we can take a list and we are going to store, we can probably start traversing from this one, and whatever the nodes we found, we can store everything here, right? And similarly we can traverse the second tree and we can append the result or node values in the same list only, right? Then we can use array or sort or any other sorting to return the result, right, actual result. So this can be done, but what is the disadvantage of this approach, right? So in this case we are using only one list and every nodes we are storing in the same list only, right? But to sort that out, again we need to write any other sorting algorithm like merge sort. So if we do the merge sort, then again it will take n log n time, right? But I think we can solve it in linear time. Okay, how we can do that? So we know that right, this is the binary tree, so we need to use some property, or we can use this property, right, the sorted property of binary tree, to solve it in lesser time. Okay, so what we can do, so we will at first we will take two lists. Okay, this is the list 1 and this is the list 2, and we are going to traverse all the nodes, right? So if I traverse all the nodes, it will be like this, right? 1. So we will do inner traversal. Okay, so that means left node, at first we will consider left node, then we will go back to root node, then again we will consider the right node. So that will give us in the list 1 for the first tree in sorted order, right? So it should be 1, then it should be 2, then it should be 4. Okay, similarly if you traverse this in order, so it will be 0 will come first, then 1, then 3. So now I can see I have two lists, but both of the lists are sorted, right? So we don't need to write any sorting algorithm, just we need to merge these two lists into a single one, right? So we can declare another list. Then what I will do, so once we found out the two lists, then I will pick one node from this one and one node from this one, and I will compare the value, right? So whatever is the smaller one, I'm going to put that in our first position. Okay, 0. Now I will increment its counter, right? Now I will pick, since I consider 0, so my first counter will remain here. I will consider this now. So I will again compare between these two values, right? So again these are equal, so I can pick any of the ones. So probably I pick this one and I will increment my counter. Now it will point to here. So now we will again compare between 2 and 1. I will find 1 is the smaller one, right? So I will put 1, and again this counter will now point to here, right? So now I will compare between 2 and 3. So 2 is the smaller one, so I will put 2. Then again this counter will now point to 4. Now again I will do comparison between 4 and 3, and after that it will be look like this, right? So now the actual result list is sorted and we can return it. So what is the advantage here? So since we know that the binary tree is already sorted, right, we don't need to perform any kind of sorting algorithm. So we are solving it in linear time. So what will be the time complexity here? Because we can see that we are traversing the both array. We are not going to use any nested loops or something like that. So we can solve it in a linear time, right? So its time complexity will be probably order of max of size of list 1 or size of list 2, right? Whatever the maximum value, that is our time complexity. Okay, let's quickly write the code for the same using Java. Then we will try to analyze the code in more details, and we will try to identify the space complexity also. Let's quickly do that. I told you, so we need to take two lists to maintain the order of the given two tree node. Okay, so let's do that. So let's declare two lists. So it will be integer only. Since we are going to store the integer value, let us name it as L1 only, and let us take linked list. Okay, So now what we will do, we will declare a similar list for our tree 2 also, right? So let's do that. So it should be, let us name it as L2 only. Now what I will do, I will write one function, traversing function, and I will traverse the tree, and I will prepare these two lists, right, according to its value in order traverse basically. So let's quickly, we are going to define one function called traverse, and we are going to pass two things. At first we are going to pass the list, in which list we are going to store the value, and again we need to pass the root node, right? So at first we will traverse the first tree, so we are passing root 1. After that, again similarly we will traverse the second tree also, right, and we are going to store the same in our second list. Okay, so it should be li2, and again it will be root 2. Okay, and once we are done, we can write one function, combine function, in which we can combine both of the lists and we can return. Okay, so let's write that line also. So once we are done, we can define one combine function, and we can pass these two lists, L1 and L2, li2 basically, and from that function we can merge both lists and we can return the same, okay, result list. So now let's quickly, this will be our main function. Now let's quickly define this traverse function and combine function quickly. So for the traverse function, we can define it as private, and here we are not going to return anything, so it should be a void, and return type will be void, and we are going to pass two things. One is obviously the list, another one is the node, right? So let's do that. So another one, let us name it as tree node, and value name is node only. Okay, now once we are done with the method signature, we will, at first we need to check that if my particular node is null or not, right? So if it is null, then that means we reach to the leap node, right? So if my node equals to null, then we should stop execution. So since this return type is void, we can write like this, like return, we can return it like this. Okay, let me quickly fix it. If the value is not null, then we will go to extreme left, right, since we are doing in order traversal. So I will traverse the left side first. So what I will do, I will call this same function, traverse function, since we are going to use recursion here. So we are going to similarly, let us name it as list only. So again I am going to call my traverse function, and I am going to pass two things, the list, another one is node dot left, since we are traversing the left side first. So we will go to the extreme left, and we are going to add that value, that will be my smallest value, right? And then again we will come back and backtrack. Okay, then after that, whenever we will reach to extreme node, suppose I traverse the left side first, and now I am here, right, in 1, I need to store this value in our list, right? So let's do that. So it should be list dot add, and again it should be node dot val, right? So in the val we are storing value, right? Here we can see the val. Okay, and once we are done, we will come back and we will traverse the right side also, right? Traverse, again we are going to pass two things, list, another one will be node dot right, right? Okay, so I think that's pretty much for the traverse function. That will populate all of the two lists, right? So we are calling it twice, so it will populate these two lists. So now the next function, right, the merging one or combining one, right? So let's quickly define that function also, right? So it will be again private, but here we need to return the actual result, right? So it should be list of integer, and let us name it as combine only, and we need two parameter here. One will be the list 1 for the first, and another one will be second one, right? So list 1, let us name it as list 1, and another one will be list 2. Okay, so now let's quickly implement the same. So here at first we need to declare the result 1. So let's do that. Okay, and again we can use the linked list probably, or you can use array list also. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to keep tracking the index, right? So we are going to compare using two index, right? So let's declare those two index. So one should be int I for the first list, another one should be int j for the second list. Okay, now I am going to run one while loop, and I am going to check that. At first I need to check that the I is less than list 1 dot size, and or j is less than list 2, so it should be list 1 obviously, dot size. Okay, and if it is, then we need to check couple of condition. The first condition should be if both values are smaller than its size, right? So in that case we can directly check the condition, then we will check the then we can compare it, right? So if list1 dot get I less than list2 dot get j, that means the first value is smaller, right? We are going to add that in our result. So it should be result dot add, and again we will do list1 dot get. Okay, else what else? And we need to increment our I counter, right? Since we are picking the value from the first list, so it should be I plus plus, right? And else what I will insert the second one, and we are going to increase the j counter, right? So let's do that. So it should be j plus plus, okay? And again it should be list2, and again it should be j, okay? So this is for when my counter is both counter value is less than list size, right? So it should be, and okay. Now what next? Else if it can happen, right, that so suppose in this case the both size is equal, right? So it can happen that I already finished all my list 1 element or list 2 element, but we still some have element left in our second list, right? So suppose this size is 5 and this is 3, right? So in that case we need to, whatever the left element leftover values, we need to append it, right? So we need to consider those edge cases also. So if I is list 1 dot size, that means we still have element left in our first list. So whatever the value, we are going to add it, right? And we are going to increment I. And it can be happen for the second list also. And so in the else section we can write the same logic. So whatever the value, leftover value, we can add it here, right? I think that's pretty much. And once we are done, we can return the result list, right? So let's do that and try to compile our solution. Okay. Okay, so it was throwing some compilation error, so it should be node.write. Okay, so let's run it once again. Okay, I think our solution is running successfully and it's giving us the expected answer for the first test cases. Let's submit it and check whether it's accepted or not. Okay, our solution is accepted. So let's analyze our code once again and try to identify space complexity and time complexity once again. Okay, what will be the time complexity here? So you can see that for the traverse function, right, whatever we wrote, the traverse function, it will traverse, its time complexity would be based on the my first tree size, right? So if it is, suppose you can think is as m1, then it will take order of m1 time, and if for the second it will, suppose it's m2, right? So again it will take order of m2 times, right? Okay, so for these two traverse function, and for combined function, let's try to check the same. So again, so combined function here, we are iterating through these two given lists, right? So one size will be m1, another will be m2, right? So whatever the maximum value, that will be our time complexity here, right? So it will be order of max m1 and m2, right? So whichever is larger, that will be our time complexity. Okay, and what about the space complexity? Space complexity will be here. You can see that we need to create one result array with both with m1 m2 m1 plus m2 size, right? So again, space complexity here, it will be order of m1 plus m2. Okay, I think that's pretty much for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, and if you still have some doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.